math not have mistakes. Part 2.
All right, here we go again. We're going to graph this linear equation. The first thing we need to know about graphing this linear equation is what is the slope. The slope here is 2/3. The 2 tells us the rise, how far we're going to rise, and the 3 here tells us how far we're going to run. So between those two numbers, we can find any other point. Furthermore, the first point comes from using this number right here, this -5. So we're going to put in 0 for the left and right, and put in -5 for the up and down. This point right here is called the Y-intercept. Okay. So here we go. 0, -5. We go to the middle for 0, and then we go down 5 times. And then class label that point 0, -5. Okay. Again, we're almost finished once we get to this point. We're almost finished. What's left to do is find the second point and label it. How do you find the second point? Watch. Okay. I'm going to run 3 times from this point. 1, 2, 3. Run 3 times. And I'm going to rise 2 times. There we go. Run 3 times, rise 2 times. And that's my new point. Now, what is that new point? Well, I can tell that. What is it? X is what? Left and right is what?
3.
Right, +3. The left, right is +3.
-3.
And the up and down is going to be -3. Finished. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to actually draw the line. My fault. Okay, that's the actual line that goes through the 2 points. Okay, on to number 2. On number 2, you see there is no number in front of X. If you ever see this situation where,
There is, but it's invisible.
Thank you, well said. There is a number in front, but it's invisible. It's called understood 1, which simply means invisible 1. So, go ahead and put a 1 in front of the X, which will reveal or expose it. And then for the slope, you're going to use the 1 here. But to make it into a fraction, you're going to put the 1 over another 1. Another 1. So that other 1 creates your rise and your run. Okay? So you have a number for your rise and you have a number for your run. Okay. Next, it's time for the Y-intercept. To create the Y-intercept, your left-right value is always going to be 0, okay, which is your X value. And your Y value always comes from this number right here, the -4. So 0, -4 is your Y-intercept. 1, 2, 3, 4. So put a point right here at 0, -4, and then label it. And that's basically your Y-intercept, guys. It's about as tough as it gets. Okay. Now, question.
Now what we're going to do is
Yes.
we're going to go 1 over
Right?
and 1 up. And that new point that will be given will be a 1 -X.
Less coffee. Less coffee. But class, he is right. We're going to run one time and rise one time. When you run one time and rise one time, you will get a new point right here. And that point is that x is 1 and y is at -3. And then just draw your line. And that was finished. Okay, 3. 3, we're going to start throwing in some negatives. See if you guys can handle that.
The question is, Sensei, can you handle the negatives?
I hope so. I was waiting for somebody to have a pun, but you guys are not with it.
We don't like puns. Well, he doesn't.
If you're not ready for it, you could possibly negatively affect you.
There you go.
I bet you guys lost half of it.
All right, class. First question is, what in the world is the slope? Yes.
How slow?
What is it?
Rise or run?
Rise over run. So -7/4 is rise over run. Now, the negative gives us a little difference. Yes, it's still rise over run, but the negative, I see that as
It falls overrun.
a fall over run.
Basically, it falls down like my life did.
So class,
This graph is going to show a perfect representation of my mental sanity over the years.
class, I just wrote rise over run, but because of the negative, I'm going to treat it like a fall over run, a fall. So be prepared when I go down instead of rising. Even though it says rise, I'm going to fall. Okay, here we go. The Y-intercept. What is the Y-intercept in this particular case?
The 5.
What the 5 goes where?
Oh, wait.
What
The
goes
Y-intercept is 0, 5.
0 and 5, which is from here. Very good. So class, go to 0, 5, which is in the middle, up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That's your 0, 5. Okay. Now, from here, I'm going to run over 4 times. I'm going to run 4 times. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I just ran over 4 times. But I'm going to fall 7 times. Fall 7 times. And here you got to be a little careful. I know the graphs are very small and it's hard to read, but you guys got to be careful how you count these. You got a question?
-2.
Oh, you're way ahead of me. Okay, let me catch up to you. Okay, let me fall 7 times and get the same answer. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got it. All right, class. That's a fall of 7 times. And Francisco, I think you told me what that point was. What's the x? It's 4. And then how far down are we?
-2.
Well done. Class, draw your line in between and we're done with that problem. Good job. Okay, number 4. Number 4, we're going to deal with the negatives one more time. because the negatives do pop up a lot, so I want you guys to get used to them. So, first, what is the slope of this equation?
5,
Keep going.
3. 5 over 3.
One more thing you need.
On this 2. Negative.
Negative 5 over 3. So negative 5 over 3. So that's your rise and that's your run. Very good. Okay. Now that we know what our rise over run is, let's go ahead and get our Y-intercept. Okay. What do you think the Y-intercept is in this particular case? Very good, guys. 0 first, then your 2. That's the Y-intercept. Very good. Very good. Okay. So that gives us our first point on the graph. 0, 2. So we go to the middle, which is 0, and then we go up 2 times. And that is our Y-intercept. Okay. Weird? Are you guys with me? Sort of? Okay.
Well, all right, we can handle it.
This time, to create my next point, I'm going to run over 3 times, and then I'm going to drop down 5 times to find my next point. So when I go over 3 times, this is where I end up. 1, 2, 3. I end up right there. Then I'm going to go down 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's my point. Now, it's your job to figure out what that point is. Class, your job to figure out what that point is.
3.
It's 3, right? And what's the other number?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. Very good. Okay. And then you draw the line to connect them. Now I want to slow down a little bit and ask class, do I need to explain how to get these numbers better? Do I need to explain these 2 numbers better?
I don't think so.
Okay, but I can. All right. Do I need to explain the Y-intercept better? Okay. Do I need to explain the slope better? Okay, so far so good. All right. Then we'll move on to number 5. Okay, number 5, we have Y equals negative 3x plus 2. Okay. Now, the slope has to be a fraction, has to be a numerator and a denominator. The problem is negative 3 is just simply one number.
But every single number is over 1.
Exactly right.
What?
This little integer is over 1, so that's where we get our run from. So class, put a little 1 under there, and now you have your rise and your run. Okay, so use the negative 3, put a 1 underneath, that gives you your rise and your run. Okay, now it's time to figure out the Y-intercept. The Y-intercept. The y-intercept, class,
Two.
wait, so say it again, say the whole thing again.
Two.
But where? What goes here and then what goes there?
The zero.
0, right?
The two.
Perfect. There you go. Class, y-intercept 0, 2. And the 2 comes from this number right here. That's your y-intercept. So start in the middle and go up 2 times. Okay. Next, we need to find our second point. So what I want you to do is start from this point right here, run 1 time, and then I want you to fall 3 times. So again, run 1 time, but then go down 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And that's our new point. So where is that new point? What's your x? This point is 1 time to the right. So your left and right is 1. And then you're up and down. How far down is it?
-1.
Finish. It's -1. Very well said. Draw your line, and we're done. That's it. All right, number 6. Last problem. Number 6 is y equals 4/3 x minus 6. Y equals 4/3 x minus 6. Okay. All right. First thing we ask, what is the slope?
-6.
On this one right here? Oh no, it shouldn't be -6 on this one.
So 2 and 3. 4, 3.
There you go, 4/3. That rise and your run. Next, we want to find the y-intercept. I want to ask Sims for this one because she owes me an extra answer from yesterday. What is the y-intercept for this particular problem? Shh. Exactly. Why'd you tell her?
I didn't say that. I didn't say 0, did I? I didn't say 0.
I know what you told her, -6.
I didn't say 0.
Okay. All right. So 0, -6 is right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the y-intercept there, right there. Okay. Ribbon. What's the path to the next point? What's the path to the next point? Here I am at 0, -6. What's the path to the next point?
4 up, 3 over.
What's that?
That's how I do it. 4 up, 3 over.
4 up, 3 over. Okay.
Or you can go 3 over, 4 up. Either way works.
Okay. I like running
Your
first.
Your end point will end up being 3, 2. 3, -2.
That one right there, 3, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. 3, -2 is very good. Draw your line, and we're done. Good job. All right. Broadcast